Okay, dear students, how are you? This is Indu Sharma, TGT Science from Suraj Group of Institutions, Rewadi. And we have started our chapter, that is physical and chemical changes. So far, we have reached up to here. Okay. We are talking about the ozone layer. Okay. A protective shield. What's that? You must have heard of ozone layer in our atmosphere. There is a layer which is known as ozone layer, which is present in our atmosphere and performing a particular function also. It protects us from the harmful ultraviolet radiations which come from the sun. Actually, there are three types of radiations which are coming from the sun to us. One is ultraviolet radiations, which are very harmful for human beings as well as animals and buildings, monuments. So these radiations are obstructed or absorbed by the ozone layer which is present in the atmosphere. Second layer is the visible rays through which we can view different kinds of things, and the third ray is the infrared radiations, which are also known as heating rays, which also mainly cause the heating effect. So these were the three kinds of radiations coming out from the sun. Okay, now ozone absorbs this radiation and breaks down to oxygen, as the symbol of ozone is O3. Oxygen is O2 and ozone is O3. तो क्या होता है कि when ozone absorb this radiation, जब ozone absorb करती है UV radiations को, तो उसको break down कर देती है into O2 plus O, right? So oxygen is different from ozone, as we already know ozone is O3. Can we call the breakdown of ozone a chemical change? बताइए, आप लोग बताइए. If ultraviolet radiations were not absorbed by the ozone, it would reach the earth's surface and cause harm to us and other life forms. So ozone acts as a natural shield against these kind of radiations. Now in our chapter 1, that is nutrition in plants, and one more important thing, please remember the names of different chapters and what are the main subtopics in different chapters, right? So in chapter 1 was that nutrition in plants. Chapter 2 was nutrition in animals. So in that, plants produces their food by the process of photosynthesis. So we call this process a chemical change or a physical change, in which plants, what is photosynthesis? A process by which plants prepare their food with the help of carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll in the presence of sun, and food is prepared, right? And which gas is released? Oxygen is released. So you have to tell, just think कि photosynthesis is either physical or chemical change, and also tell me digestion. You have studied digestion in human beings in chapter 2, that is nutrition in animals. Also tell me ki whether digestion process is a physical change or chemical change. You have to think yourself and find it out. Now rusting of iron. Okay, let us get back to rusting. This is one change that affects iron articles, slowly destroy them. ये एक ऐसा चेंज होता है जो आयरन आर्टिकल्स को अफेक्ट करता है और धीरे धीरे जस्ट इट डिस्ट्रॉयज दैम completely. Since iron is used in making bridges, ships, cars, truck bodies and many other articles, as we already know that iron, so many things are prepared from the iron, the monetary loss due to rusting is a huge. So due to that rusting of iron, there is a huge monetary loss also. So the process of rusting can be represented by the following equation. Firstly, iron, which is Fe. These are the chemical symbols. Fe, iron is written as Fe, capital F and small e. Oxygen O2, it comes from the air, and water, that is H2O. All these three things mixed together or combined together to form rust, and which is iron oxide. Chemically, it's Fe2O3, iron oxide. So for rusting, what are the two main ingredients, or you can say what are the two main things? One is oxygen and second one is water or water vapor. In fact, if the content of moisture in the air is high, that means if it is more humid, rusting becomes faster. More will be the humidity, more will be the rusting, right? So how do we prevent rusting? Rusting को कैसे prevent करेंगे? Prevent iron articles from coming in contact with oxygen. Either या तो prevent कीजिए iron articles कि वो oxygen की contact में ना आए, या water के contact में ना आए, या दोनों के contact में नहीं आए. One simple way is to apply a coat of paint or grease. पेंट या ग्रीस अप्लाई करके भी वी कैन प्रिवेंट रस्टिंग ऑफ आयरन आर्टिकल्स. इन फैक्ट दीज कोट्स शुड बी अप्लाइड रेगुलरली to prevent rusting. Regularly we should apply paint or grease to prevent the iron articles from being rusting. Another way to deposit a layer of metal like chromium or zinc on iron. If we deposit a layer of chromium or zinc on the iron objects, then also we can prevent the iron objects from being rusting. And this process of depositing a layer of zinc on iron objects is known as galvanization. Oh, that's why my friend Rita is always complaining about iron articles rusting so fast as she lives near the coast. Why? Because in the coastal area there is more humidity due to presence of sea. The iron pipes that we use in our homes to carry water are galvanized already to prevent the rusting. There is, because water pipes, they contain water all the time, so that's why they are already being galvanized. That is a layer of zinc coated over them. You know that ships are made of iron and a part of them remains underwater. Ships का एक major part that is always present inside the water. So the part above the water also, water drops keep clinging on the ship's outer surface. और जो ships का जो part above the water है, that is also, water drops are also being there in the air also, because air is humid also there. So moreover the water of the sea contains many salts, and this thing is also very clear to us कि sea water contains so many salts. The salt water make the process of rust formation, और ये जो salty water है, it helps in the formation of rust faster. Therefore ships suffer a lot of damage from rusting in spite of being painted. More and more we are painting or greasing the ship parts, even then there is a lot of damage due to rusting of these ships. So much so that a fraction of ship's iron has to replaced every year. एक fraction जो है, एक part iron का ships में iron का जो एक part है, वो हर year replace किया जाता है, because damage is there. As much we are having the process of galvanization or paint or grease, even then there is a lot of damage and monetary loss also. Can you imagine the monetary loss? Far great monetary loss. Stainless steel is also made by mixing iron with carbon and metals like chromium, nickel and manganese. So it does not rust. Stainless steel जो है, we have cooking utensils and also other utensils in our kitchen which are made up of stainless steel. So stainless steel is generally made up of iron plus carbon plus some metals like chromium, nickel or manganese. Okay, last but not the least topic of the chapter, that is crystallization. In class 6 you have learned that salt can be obtained by evaporation of sea water. Salts जो है हमें कहाँ से obtain होते हैं? sea water से, by the process of evaporation. The salt obtained in this manner is not pure, but जो salt जो हमें obtained होता है, that is not pure, and that undergo process of purification. After that we will get a pure salt, and the shape of its crystal cannot be seen clearly. However, a large crystal of pure substances can be formed from the solution. किसी भी solution से उसके crystals, उसकी pure form में से उसके crystal we can easily make. So this process is known as crystallization. To make a crystals out of its solution, right? To make crystal of pure substances out of its solution is known as crystallization. So it's an example of physical change. Now there is an activity also. Take a cup full of water in a beaker. एक beaker में आप water लीजिए, few drops just add dilute sulfuric acid and heat the water. Then it starts boiling and add copper sulfate powder slowly while stirring continuously, continuing adding copper sulfate powder till no more copper पाउडर कैन बी डिजोल्ड. जो ये कॉपर सल्फेट सोल्यूशन है हमें जब तक ऐड करना है, जब तक ये मिक्स हो रहा है, जब एक ऐसी स्टेज आ जाए कि कॉपर सल्फेट सोल्यूशन मिक्स होना बंद हो जाए, देन वी हैव टू स्टॉप एडिंग मोर कॉपर सल्फेट. नाउ फिल्टर द सोल्यूशन एंड अलाउ इट टू कूल. इसको कूल होने दीजिए एंड डू नॉट डिस्टर्ब द सोल्यूशन when it's cooling. जब ये cool हो रहा है then just don't disturb it, just make it as it is and look at the solution after some time. Just observe the solution. Can you see the crystals of copper sulfate? If not, wait for some time, then we will obtain the blue copper sulfate solution crystals. So in this way, this was all about crystallization. This was the all physical changes and chemical changes. So please go through the chapter. Have a nice day.